On the verge of extinction, humanity has shrunk its territory and now they live only in Flandor, living in cities surrounded by glass domes. Outside the walls are rife with ferocious monsters that thrive in the dark. At that time, there was a clear distinction between the aristocracy and the common man. The noble bloodline allows them to use mana and gives them abilities beyond human limits. Kufa is one of the top assassins of the underworld. Currently, he is on his way to a mansion to go on a quest. There, he meets a girl. Melita Angel is a noble and she is 13 years old, but for some reason she has not awakened her mana yet. And from now on, Kufa will be her teacher. As a prestigious noble, Melita is educated at a top academy. However, at school she is always mistreated and looked down upon by everyone for being unable to use mana, which grants the users countless special skills and also increases their physical strength far beyond that of ordinary people. This white-haired girl is Elise Angel, Melita's cousin. After a few days of observing Melita, Kufa concluded that she is not the biological child of the Duke Knight Felgus Angel, so he would take the second step of assassinating Melita. But when Kufa arrives, Melita is gone. In a place near the mansion, she is mistreated by a group of monsters. However, they do not intend to kill her, but only want to torture her. Because the one who hired them is her father. Her father wants to pressure her to awaken her mana. Even though she is desperate, she still doesn't call for help. She doesn't want to admit that she herself has no mana. At that time, Kufa is impressed by Melita's steadfastness, spirit, and belief in herself. Kufa starts activating mana and uses Phantom Blade Trident Void Fang, so the monsters are easily defeated by Kufa. That is when Kufa decides to help Melita awaken her mana. This is very dangerous. If it fails, Melita will probably die. Still, she is determined to do it. She uses a potion specially formulated by Kufa, and luckily, she can now use mana. But from now until next weekend's tournament, Kufa won't allow Melita to use mana outside of his school hours. Even though she is able to use mana, she still has to endure bullying from others. While returning to the mansion, Kufa meets the girl from before. It turns out she is Elise's personal tutor, Rossetti, who is very popular among the nobility. Even though she was born into a poor family, Rossetti awakened her mana from a young age. Not only that, she was also made a marquis by the king. Very quickly, a week passed. Today is the day of the school-wide tournament event. After a few introductions, the tournament immediately begins. Melinda gathers up her courage and rushes to attack the opponents, when Nerva appears and stops Melita. But Nerva doesn't expect that Melita can use mana now. She immediately uses what Kufa has taught her. In a moment of surprise, Nerva was blown away in one slash, which made her extremely angry. Nerva activates her ferocious power and uses her full force on Garrick Hammer. As the smoke clears, Melita seems to collapse, but just as Nerva is about to deliver the final blow, Melita suddenly activates her mana and fights back. She attacks so fast that Nerva can only stand still and endure Melita's attacks. But at this crucial moment, Melita's magic suddenly disappears. Her mana is exhausted. Seizing this opportunity, Nerva stands up and fiercely attacks Melita. But somehow, Melita activates Wing Fang, which is Kufa's sword skill. She saw Kufa use it once and was able to imitate him. Finally, the tournament ends. The victory belongs to Melita's team. Even so, she is still not recognized by her father. After the tournament ended, the school held a celebration festival. However, during the festival, a stranger appears and kidnaps Melita and Elise. Jin Williams is a semi-demon, a creature created in the hope of attaining power on par with mana users. His mission is to transfer all of Elise's power to Melita. That means Elise will probably die. But when he looks into Melita's eyes, he is frightened. He decides to disobey the orders of his superiors and eliminate the Vahir. While he is taking action, suddenly, the door explodes. Kufa and Rossetti appear. Kufa's attack speed is too fast. They can't react in time. At this time, Rossetti joins with Kufa to fight. She uses Scarlet Phoenix Kagura to take down the remaining kidnappers. Meanwhile, Kufa chases after Jin. It turns out that Jin is sent here by the organization to do the mission that Kufa didn't do. Jin uses his trump card. He summons an artificial monster, Haunted Chimera, the monster that no one can defeat and has been improved many times over. After that, Jin tries to attack Kufa with the ropes, but that is still not enough to defeat Kufa, because Kufa reacts too quickly. Kufa activates Ultimate Unsheathing, Radiant Night Warstorm, causing Jin to get hurt. Suddenly, Jin uses ropes to neutralize Kufa's mana. Then the monster rushes to devour Kufa. The moment Jin turns the lead, the monster is crushed by Kufa. At this point, Jin is shocked because he feels the monster-like power from Kufa. Jin realizes this power. Kufa is the possessor of the power of a vampire, a monster that is considered the strongest among monsters. Koopa's like Jin, he's a semi-demon, but Koopa doesn't kill Jin. He asks Jin to pass on his words to the organization. However, Jin still doesn't understand why Koopa wants to train Melita. If she grows stronger, one day, he will die at her hands. This video ends here. If you feel like you like this video, please subscribe to my channel to easily follow the next videos.